In this clip, I'm going to demonstrate how to modify a forum that you might be using in Office 365 to gather information from county board officers or other GAA personnel. So I'm going up here to the 9 dots in the left-hand corner where I can access all the different apps under Office 365. And a list of them are available by default. The one you want might not always be instantly visible. In this case, forums actually is, but if it isn't available on this list, just go to the All Apps link here and click on it and scroll down and you'll find forums. So what I'm going to do in this clip is I'm going to take an existing forum that I've built earlier or partially built and modified. So if I was starting with a brand new forum, I'd click on New Forum and take it from there. But in this case, I have an existing forum called County Officer Details that I want to do some additional work on before I circulate. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just maybe change its name slightly or its title to County Board Officer Details. Okay. And its purpose, there it says, is to collect some key details about county board officers. So I've already added one question, which I can now edit if I wish. And it's asking you for your name. And in a little prompt below it, I'm saying, please enter your forename followed by your surname. Now, if I want to add another question of a similar type, in other words, the same layout as the first question, I can just double click on the copy question here if I wish. Okay, the other setting about the name that I've made sure I ticked is the required option here. So in other words, people can't leave it blank when they're filling in the form. So the next question I want to ask is, what is your county? So it's the same kind of detail I'm capturing, so I can just duplicate question 1, make a copy of it, and then I can change it. So question 2 is going to be, what is your county? And just looking for your name of your county. Please enter the name of your county. That's question 2 done. The third question is going to be where I ask you, what role do you hold in your county? So for the first 2 questions, I've used a text type of question. In this case, I need a choice option. So the choice, when you click on it, is going to give us the option to put in a number of choices. So what is your role? Question 3 is going to be, what is your role, your current role in the county board? And again, you could put in a little prompt or a subtitle to guide the person. So just like there you see above. So it would be please enter, please choose. Okay, not please enter. One of the following. Now we're assuming here that you only hold one role in your county board. So option 1, if we follow alphabetical order for the 4 key roles, will be chairperson, followed by PRO. Then I can add another option, which will be secretary. And a 4th option will be treasurer. Now, depending on what you're doing, you might wish to add in another option. So the other choice. So the other choice is the open-ended one at the end for anyone who doesn't tick any of the 4, meet any of the 4 initial roles I've listed. So other is there as a kind of a catch-all, and it's often something you'll consider when you're designing a form to give the rather than people having to kind of give a false, choose a role that they don't fill. If you give them the other option, then they can tick that if they don't meet any of the other roles. So assuming a person only has one role in the county board, you will leave it as it is, where this multiple answers option is disabled. But if a person could hold more than one role in the county board, this by making the multiple answers option green, you give them the freedom to tick more than one box. So again, it's a required setting, so it's going to be mandatory, so it has to be filled in. So that's 3 questions. The 4th question I'm going to ask you is going to be using what's called a rating scale. And Here I want you to give me some idea of your proficiency or expertise with some of the Office 365 tools. So please indicate your level of expertise with the following Office 365, we call them apps. Okay, so in this case, the little subtitle is going to be choose one if you're weak, to indicate weak, and 5 to indicate very strong. Weak, I may as well have strong rather than very strong to keep them balanced. So in this case here, there's going to be 5 levels, and I'm going to use a number in the ranking. And then I'm going to go over and sorry, I've chosen the wrong question type there, so I'm going to dump that question, most of it, in a second. Okay, so if I've written a question of a wrong type, to get rid of it, I just bin it. Okay, I'm going to recreate it. And I should have chosen, rather than choosing rating, I should have chosen what's called a Likert question from this list here. So number 4 is going to reappear again. So apologies for that. I'm going to give it the same question. And then it says, please choose one to indicate weak, and 5 to indicate strong. So 1 means if you're weak at the particular tool, and 5 if you think you're strong. So the options here, it defaults to option 1, 2, 3, but you can just call them 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, that should be 4, and I'm going to go for 5. You can add in more if you wish, so you can. So statement 1 is going to be, we'll say, email. Okay, statement 2 is going to be OneDrive. So in other words, how good do you think you are at email? Then followed by how good you think you are at OneDrive. Number 3, we'll say, will be Microsoft Teams. And number 4 will be forums. Okay, you can add in more if you wish. So the scope there, you could add in, we'll say, calendar as well. Okay, all of those components are becoming very important to us in recent weeks. So that's my forum. So I have my forum designed, and because I'm on the cloud, or I'm logged in to the Office 365, it's been saved as I go along. Okay, it's been saved as I go along, and I have no need to worry about that, obviously provided I have an internet connection. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the forum with somebody. So up here, if I want to circulate the forum, the way you do that is by sharing it. So when I click on share, it provides a link here in the box available to me. I'm only going to share it with people in this case in the GAA. If I want to circulate it to a wider audience, I could choose anyone with the link. Okay, but in my case, I'm going to choose for the GAA, and I'm going to copy the link, and then I'm going to send an email to somebody. So I'm going to leave the forum, go back to my email, and I'm going to send an email. I'm going to send a new email to training1. So this is another email account. So I'm going to say, please complete the survey. Now what you don't do is, don't do what I'm going to do now, is don't just paste it like that, because you end up having the actual link on top of a word, and it makes it much more difficult then for whoever receives it to copy and paste it if they have to work with it. So what I always recommend is leave a a clear line above it, blank, and at least one clear line below it. So then if someone has to click on it or select it to paste it to a browser, that's far more easy to do. So I'm going to send it to training 1, as I said. There's training 1, and I'll put the same message in the subject box. Okay, so I'm now going to send the form. And ideally, training 1 is going to receive an email in the background, hopefully. So I'm going to flick to another. Yeah, there it's just arrived. So training 1 has received it. It's another email address I've opened on a separate browser. So training 1 has received the email with the link to the forum. Training 1, that user is going to now fill in the forum, hopefully. So it requires me to log in, unfortunately, but hopefully it'll work. There it is. So my name, I'm just going to put in my initials are NT. I live in Westmeath, so I'll put in WH for Westmeath. My role at the minute is I have no role in the county board, so I'm going to say other. And then my proficiency will say I think I'm good at email, maybe not so good at, sorry, 1 is weak, sorry. So I think I'm weak at email, a little bit less weak at OneDrive, a little bit better at Teams. I think I'm good at forums. I think I'm okay at calendar. Okay, so I've just basically said I've ranked my level of expertise in the various choices here. So as I was filling in the form, if you just look at the options, where I put in my little subtitles, that's the little prompt to guide me how to fill in the form. So please enter my forename followed by my surname, the name of my county, and then choosing one of the following, because if I'm only allowed to have one role at a time at a county board, and then for each of there's 5 apps here, email, OneDrive, etc., and I'm choosing my expertise in all 5 of them. So if I submit that form, okay, this question is required. So other, I'm going to say none at the minute. So it asks me to fill in what I think I do. So I left it blank by mistake. So now I submitted, and my form has been submitted. So now I'm going to go back to the account that the email originated from, or the form was sent from. So I'm going to go up to my apps again, choose forums, choose the county board officer details forum. And what I can do here is I can look at the responses. Okay, so this is the questions, and over here if I click on this tab I see the responses, and I have one response from someone called NT, and he's based in WH, and he's in the other category, and he's given his indication of how good or bad he is at the various Office 365 apps. But instead of looking at it in that kind of graphical format, I can look at it instead in a spreadsheet. So I shall now see a spreadsheet where, which is opening up in the background here, where the information has been collated. And this is where you really start to gain from using forums, because every individual you circulate the forum to, when they fill it in the background, they're actually populating or feeding data into a spreadsheet. So here you can see my ID has been gathered in the background. When I started working on the forum, finished with it, the email address I was using to complete it. Okay, that's who I was when I was filling it in, and my details: NT for my name, my county, so I can widen the columns as I need to. So some of them can be made narrower if you wish, and some of them can be widened if the detail they're capturing is lengthy, and so on. Okay, so I've indicating my role. And then my strength on email, on OneDrive, on Teams. So 1 means weak, 2 means OneDrive was a little bit less weak, 3 on Teams, 4 on forums, and 3 on calendar. So the benefit of this is, as I said, is that if you circulate the form to many users, as they fill it in and complete the form, all of the information gathers nice and neatly here in the spreadsheet. So there could be several rows of data here in the spreadsheet when you have it completed. So that's the end of this clip.